YouTube, and welcome to what's lately here becoming a Sunday afternoon ritual of riding the iron. At least I'm getting her out once a week. Where am I at gas? Well, I'm gonna need to get, oh, that's 6.4 miles. Yeah, I'm good on gas. It's awfully nice of that guy on this lonely backcountry road. It's actually it's not bad temperature-wise out here. Man, I've been riding that street glide like way too much. I come bombing down the road and went to take my left off the highway and just about overshot it. Now granted, this thing's probably, geez, 300 pounds, 250 pounds less than that street glide, but it does not have nowhere near the brakes that street glide does. That's the bad thing about riding something that's got really good brakes, is I'm kind of a late breaker. I drive my wife and everybody else nuts. And anyway, I do it really bad on motorcycles, and I get overly accustomed to what I'm riding most of the time, and then I jump on something else and it's just like whoa. Man, I'm risking this, and I'm actually seeing little speckles hitting my my face shield here. It's been like a 25% chance of rain all day. It hasn't dripped a drop. It's been kind of off and on. These little patches come through and the sun's out. Then it you know, gets dark. The sun gets behind the clouds like that. We're back into the shite. So I'm wearing for the first time my my clear, you know, the motorcycle glasses with the little foam stuff around them, the eyes, you know. I bought a couple pair from the Harley shop yesterday because I broke mine on the way there, and I couldn't find a pair similar to what I had. These are the closest to it, and I was just going to go with just the clear, and I ended up finding a regular tinted pair, and they don't have the foam behind. Oh, look at the leaves falling, isn't it beautiful? But they don't work all that well either. They kind of hit the top of my helmet and push the nose piece into my nose a little too much. So this is the first time I put these on, other than just standing there in the store, you know, trying them on and looking at yourself in the little mirror like you do. And with the helmet on, the little earpieces are just straight and kind of pointy. Oh man, they just dig right into you, trying to get them, you know, past your head and behind your ears. But, you know, once they're on, they're nice. They're actually quite comfortable once they're on. These will be very useful for those dark times. And I've got the polarizer filter removed from the. I'm using the 3+ black with the in the GoPro blackout case. That's the other thing too, is after riding that street glide for a while, I'm always searching for. It makes me search for 6th gear more than I normally do on this thing. Anyway, I thought just go out for a little goof-off ride. I know these are familiar roads, but I hardly ever ride these things when I'm not coming back and forth to work. So I thought it'd be fun to just take the iron through them, because I haven't done that in quite a while. So sorry if I bore you with the scenery, but I'm just going for a goof-off ride. AccuWeather says it's supposed to rain in a certain amount of time here. Oh man, I forgot my little mirror. Son of a gun. Shit. Hell no, I don't even remember what jacket that thing's even in anymore. There's some sunshine. I might have to open up a vent on this Harley jacket. think it was like 76 a little bit before I left. It was quite comfortable in the shade. Let's just take a look out over the water and we'll do a... Wow, can't believe that lens made it. Look at that, perfect. Pull up while the sun's out. Anyway, you know, him talking about his 1200 and me thinking about the 72 has kind of got me thinking about putting the 1200 kit on this thing once again. But I have a sneaking suspicion that's gonna, and then, you know, take it to somebody and have it dynoed. If I remember right, it was Latest, which is who I bought this this iron through down in Gladstone, Oregon. I think it was them that dynoed that 72. And you know, just in case you're wondering, I you know, because the VCI is married to the VIN number, so it's, I mean, so when you sell the bike, you just give the module to somebody, the VCI module. It's no good to you. You can't use it on anything else. But anyway, I did some recorded runs with it, and we're talking anywhere from like mostly no changes, but where there was changes, the highest percent of change was 0.4%. So I just there's that chicken or that rooster. He's always across the street, and I scare him back across. But yeah, 0.4%. I'm not even going to mess with that. And then I did another, because it just seemed like it was idling rough or something in the wintertime. And I think it's just the, you know, the sensors realizing it's so cold is just keeping the enrichment mapping. I just think it was making it run too rich for too long, you know, in that basically like leaving the choke on for too long, just because of the information it was getting. And so I did a wintertime recorded run on it, and same thing. It didn't want any changes, but it took me, I had to freeze my butt off because I had to make sure the bike was up to temperature before I, you know, do a recorded run. You don't want to be recording that thing while it's still fattening things up. You know, the mapping uses the information provided to it and will adjust the mapping accordingly. Well, until she's at full temp, you know, she runs different. Well, if you do a recorded run while it's still in that mode or getting that information, it's going to try to lean out everything. You're going to go, wow, look at all that. It wants to lean everything. But it didn't. My kids, it always feel good to get on this thing. You know, just for some reason, I just have this undying desire to take this thing on a trip somewhere. And every time I get on it, I think that. I know I'd probably regret it. But I mean, I can be on this thing for hours and hours, and especially since I put the Mustang seat on it, and just I'm comfortable. I'm glad to see that guy did something with that Harley. I don't know if he sold it or he finally found the spot in his shop for it or what have you, but seeing that poor thing sitting outside in all weather was sad. It was an electric light of some sort. I couldn't, just driving by, I couldn't tell you what year it is. I just know it was black. So we go goof off. Yeah, we're gonna lose that sun here pretty quick. So let's see what kind of fishermen are hanging out down here by the Miekler Road bridge on Miekler Road. It's probably not the best bike to take down here, but I usually reserve this area for the DR. Now I want to know how these kids are getting out to that bridge embankment. Almost have a half a mind to ride across the other side there and see how the hell they're doing it. They got to be taking some kind of little boat out there or something. But the water's nice and clean. God, you can see a mile into it. And without the polarizer filter, you'll never see down in that. But still lower than what it normally is, but yeah, I almost have a half a mind to go around there. That's quite a little ride, and I might get wet trying to do that, but maybe I will. Let's see where I'm at and where I have to go to. Oh, I can actually take a right off of Miekler Road here, then take a left onto Barnes Road and go out to I-5 and bust down I-5 to the next exit and go out that way. Like about 18 minutes I've been talking to you guys, so maybe I'll do that. I'll just sign off and we'll I'm gonna need to put gas in this thing anyway. I'll have 100 miles on it going there and back to the gas. Oh, I caught her right in that weird little thing where I couldn't get her to first all the way. It's amazing how many Stellar's J's I see out here. Must be their prime time of the year. Stellar's J's are those, if you're not familiar with them, are those they're about the size of a cardinal and the same shape, same crest and everything as a cardinal, but they're a beautiful rich blue with a solid black head and crest. Beautiful birds. Noisy. They come in and steal the well, we put the bird seed out for the wild birds, but they come through and really make a mess. They go in there and they root. There's certain things they like and they root it all out, and all the bird seed ends up on the ground, and then the little birds have to go through and eat off the ground. They're very noisy, very, very boisterous. I know it's the ruts in the road, but it felt like I was getting tossed around more than normal. Always worry about picking something up and getting a flat. So anyway, I'm gonna bust down here to GC's truck stop, which I've taken you. Instead of hitting Jackson Highway, I'm gonna hit the freeway and swing you out that way. So until we get to doing that, I'm gonna bust out here. So I'll talk to you here in just a few. Yeah, buddy, I've already gone over 20 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to roll out and roll back here in just a bit. We'll see you here in a minute. Bye. Well, hello there, YouTube. I thought I'd kick on before I took the exit, because I'm going to take you over the bridge that I just went under by the boat dock there. There's an old back road area there. Now we're on the other side of the river. That's the key. You got to get on the other side. I'm not going to swim that iron across here. That D-bag in that truck. There's nobody beside him, but he's in the slow lane. I'm coming on the freeway. And I'm going about 75, 77 on the on-ramp. And this guy's not going to move over. So hell, I had to go over 80 to just cut across this grill there. He was not going to back off, and he is not going to change lanes. And then as soon as I get on, then he moves over into the fast lane. I'm like, oh my God. Maybe the old guy was texting or something. Some ponies out there. Some black sheep. So we're we were younger, you know, that series Black Sheep Squadron with Robert Conrad, and it was a World War II base thing, you know, where they're flying those Corsairs on these different islands and stuff, you know, during the Japanese conflict. But anyway, I love that thing. There's a buffalo out there. But anyway, you know, being the older boy, my brother he's younger than me by like 7 years, you know, so he was a wee little feller when that came out. But anyway, I get in trouble with my sister just to agonize me, or to, you know, to tease me and stuff. She'd call me Baba Black Sheep. I was just thinking, I can relate to the black sheep out there, because I used to be called that when I was a kid. You know, just one of those things. She knew I didn't like it, so it's kind of one of those things where we're in a argument or disagreement of some sort. The old Baba Black Sheep would come out. Yep. In my sister's eyes, I was considered the black sheep of the family. How do you like this? I take you on the other side and I'm driving you straight into the sun. But you're probably not getting as bad a glare as you get diffraction with the extra flat glass of the polarizer, so that thing bounces around, and of course you can never keep them completely dust free, so you pick up a lot of sun glare with the polarizer that you normally don't with just a standard GoPro lens on there. And I've got my little Hero 4. I've got several of them, but these are those little rubber ones, the lens covers, so I had that on while I was bombing down the freeway there a little bit. Actually, I wasn't gonna come on until I got way out here, but I wanted to see if that guy hauling the John Deere lawn truck, man, that hit so low on my helmet, I can't believe that didn't hit the lens. Anyway, I thought that guy might be doing something stupid, because earlier today I was watching some motorcycle road rage videos. Man, you gotta watch them stupid things. You can waste your day. You get caught up in those things, especially if you watch them on like your YouTube app on your television, because you don't have the option to stop. Well, I haven't found it anyway. That thing just, you know, it'll suggest a video, and you watch one and they just keep coming. Hell, I've fallen asleep, got up, went to bed, and woke up in the middle of the night and had different videos, including my own, the volumes at different levels. I just noticed that that Note unboxing one with that Hero 4, I forgot to, I usually bump the audio by about 2 or 3 decibels, because where that Hero 4 session, where it sits up there, my voice is quiet. It picks it up clear enough, but it's quieter than my normal videos. But I would say it's probably about average. The ones that irritate me is the dual vlogs. For whatever reason, that records at a fairly low volume. And I realized one of the, I think it was day 4 maybe, that I uploaded, where we went through the drive-through tree, the chandelier tree. When I drove through that, I did that. God, it took forever to edit that thing, and that was a fun video too. But anyway, after going through and editing that and uploading it, because there was mixed cameras, some at 60 frames, some at 30 frames, and the little, I didn't even edit those pictures, so if those pictures are the big long group of pictures that I put in there, where we're up there by the Point Reyes lighthouse, I didn't edit those things at all. They're just raw right out of the camera, and I usually color correct them. I just took the JPEGs and threw the JPEGs in there full song, and and that stupid Sony is like, what is that damn thing, 23 or 26 megapixels, whatever. They're huge. But anyway, because I put the pictures in there full size, then the program took longer to process it. And usually my videos take within 5 minutes to process, and this one took a little over 2 hours. And so I get done, and then it was late, and I just started the upload, and left it private, and then got up the next morning, put my little notes in there and whatever the little dilly was that you do there. And it was like a day or two after I uploaded it. Once I was sitting there, and I thought, well, I'll just turn that thing on while I'm doing something else. I'll let it run in the background. So I like to, if I can, I don't always do it, but if I can, I like to play it on the big screen and see if there's some major flaws. But I don't know why, because something that big, if there's a flaw in there, I'm just going to leave it. It just is what it is. But damn it, I had to turn my volume. It was I forgot to boost all the audio in it, so you guys probably barely hear Kelly through most of that. No, that was the last one. That was day 5. I am talking about day 4. Day 5 is the one I just put up. Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's day 5. That one I boosted. So you probably hear that one fine. In fact, I think there was a couple of comments about it being, all was cool other than being really quiet. And that's what triggered me, and I think that's what made me watch it. Get the videos mixed up here. So I apologize for that, because if I don't boost it, you all but don't hear Kelly in the background. You barely hear her anyway. And it is the Cena doing the, the dual vlog, because on day, that was day 4 as well. At the beginning, I mistakenly I took the Cenas off the charger, and mistakenly swapped our Cenas. So I had Kelly's and Kelly had mine, and mine's the one that hooks to the Cena backpack for the GoPro, and you can hear her just clear as a bell, and I sound like I'm way in the distance. So it's how it links to it that's causing that volume issue. Oh, look at this with the leaves on the ground. This is going to be beautiful. I'm assuming this truck is where those kids are. Oh, look at that. I didn't mean to put it in neutral, but that's where it ended up. I probably had them kids all kinds of nerves, me pulling up on a motorcycle with their truck sitting up here. I should probably put it in gear just so it won't go anywhere. It's a nice thing about those locking side stands on these Harleys. I just want to see how the hell these kids are getting over. It's got to be some kind of a... Oh, look at that. The water's so... What in the hell? Look at that. Tell me that's not from the 70s. Maybe not. Yeah, there's the water's so low, there's like an artificial bridge down there. That's pretty damn cool. Shit, I'm going to come out here, go cruising across that thing. I'm not going to do it today. I got my Red Wing things on. Them things are slicker than snot. I bust my butt going down the side of that thing. But that's what they're doing. I don't know if you can make that out, but they're walking across that some down trees there. That water's barely moving through there. So, there's our answer. Now, at one point, you could still see that thing through the trees pretty good. Not anymore. But anyway, I noticed that the last couple of times I've come down here, there's people out there on that around the bridge embankment there, and I'm like, what in the hell are they getting out there? Boy, after washing that Street Glide, you can really see how dirty this thing is. She is nasty. That's the bad thing about all that black, is it just takes on this gray look. And there's something about these 19-inch Sportster wheels that bugs hit it. So you always get bug splatters in the wheel. That's where that nasty, whatever the hell it was, that's going to be baked on something fierce. So I talk about this because I rode the Street Glide to Northwest Harley Davidson yesterday. I was going to see, oh, look at that. If I push in a little bit, doesn't make those points dig into me quite as bad. But that's what broke on my other glasses, is the earpiece, probably from me just yanking them out willy-nilly. But anyway, I went there to ride the 16 iron and the 1648, and I was going to record them. And I get there, the iron is sitting in the little spot where it's that means it's sold, and that's where they take a picture with the owner and their bike. They got this kind of little photo shoot area set up. We got a thing like that at work too. Not quite as fancy as a Harley shop, but we have a similar thing, you know. But anyway, and it had Vance and Hines. It's those 2-in-2s, and they look like they got the little cherry bomb thing towards the end of them. I forget what they call those from Vance and Hines. But it had that exhaust on it, and I'm not sure what kind of round filter it had on there. I don't know if it was Screaming Eagle, or I didn't look close enough, but it had an aftermarket air filter on it as well. And so that was their only 2016 iron, and the only 2016 48 they had, which was a beautiful, I really like that red. I don't know what they call it, but it's a real dark red. I think it's kind of similar to a 14 color they had. But anyway, and it was sitting almost like it was on display there in front of the parts department. I took a couple of pictures of it. Maybe I'll pop them up right here. And anyway, I didn't even ask. And they were busy. They were all bogged down in the middle of doing deals. And the big crowd of people, I got there, you know, like a little after 1. So the big crowds that show up for those open house things, usually by 1 o'clock they disperse. And I didn't want to get there too early. And that was probably they probably sold everything by the time I got there. Man, when I went down and I rode this, well, not this iron, but because I ended up buying it somewhere else, but the day I rode that, there was like 4 irons that rolled out just in the time I was there. One right after another. Crazy as hell. In fact, they had to go to a warehouse and bring the one that I rode. They had to bring that thing over. All the ones in the store were gone. It's crazy. The 48 is stunningly beautiful. My only problem with the 48, I don't mind mag wheels, and in fact the mag wheels are really nice, but the rim is so thick, and then the front tire, you know, it's got that big old meat at the front tire is literally the same size as the rear, if I'm not mistaken. But the rim is so thick, it makes the tire look like it's a truck tire on there, because it's all black. And man, it just makes that front wheel just look cartoonishly thick. But oh man, other than that, you know, the little stripes they put on the going up the tank, and the little, you know, little vented things they put on the belt guard and on the exhaust shields and stuff like that. It's all just, I don't know, the combination of everything there, that is one sexy, sexy bike. The iron, on the other hand, uh-oh, scared the hee-haw. The iron, on the other hand, man, the jury's still out on that. I'm not sure what I think of that at all. That seat may be more comfortable, but that is the ugliest seat I've ever seen on a motorcycle. I mean, this looks like something that, you know, from some old 60s or 70s motorcycle where the seat rotted off of it, and, you know, Grandpa, you know, came up with some kind of crazy fabric and threw some foam in there and built the seat. It looks ridiculous. And one of the coolest things I thought about it was the new emblem that they have on there. Now it's got this eagle kind of, I don't think it's a flag, I think it's more like a shield that the eagle is holding, and in the shield it says iron is written in it. And if you look at the pictures online, it had, oh, it's just sexy as hell, just fantastic. It says iron on it, but in real life it looks confusing and busy. You look at it and you go, what the hell is on the side of that tank? The Harley Davidson doesn't stick out, and the eagle is kind of protruding into the Harley Davidson. It still kind of rolls around like it does on this one, you know, where it's kind of wrapped around. It's still got that, but the eagle bleeds into it, the tips of its wings. So at any kind of distance at all, I mean, we're talking 10 feet from it, it's confusing and busy looking. It looks garbled up. You got to get up close on it and go, oh yeah, it's an eagle, okay, and it's holding I think it's a shield or a plaque of some sort that says iron on it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it, you know, kind of a thing. But, and the 9-spoke wheels are cool and all, but the shaved part, which gives it kind of a chrome spoke look to it, I know that gives it a cool look while you're going down the road and all, but that again in real life does not. Now, just, this is personal preference. Don't hate me because there's something I don't like, you know. There's certain motorcycles I don't like, and if I say so, I get hounded. Well, I have one of those. It's my favorite motorcycle. I've never had a bike I love. So, you know, it's just some old dude telling you his opinion. Doesn't mean it's the right opinion, or doesn't mean it's your opinion. It's just my opinion. Anyway, I don't like the wheels on it. So the busy looking emblem on the tank, and the that I mean, I don't think there's anybody can look at that seat and say that's a cool looking seat. That seat would disappear on that thing right away. But, you know, it's one of those things that could grow on you. I have to say, I watched the little video and looked at the pictures and stuff of the 48, and that thick front wheel look, I didn't like that at all. But, and the stripes on the side of the tank, you know, it's supposed to have that kind of old school look to it, you know. I didn't really like that either, but it's, you know, that's the type of thing that you need to see in person. But in person, that 48 is stunning. Big old beefy forks on that thing. The new suspension that they're using throughout on the Sportsters, I don't know if it performs as well as it looks, but it looks like they should work really well. What the hell happened to this tree? Oh, it's just growing out that way. Looks like it's sticking, like a tree fell over there. 48, I love the look of that. My only drawback is that really thick rim on the front wheel. The rear is the same way, but you don't really notice that. But I think probably without question, the motorcycle I've actually had my scope point at that thing for quite a while is going to be that 48, and the 2016 with its upgraded suspension, and of course last year they got the upgraded brakes, and I think that 48, there's a very good chance that'll be like there's the Stellars J I was telling you. There's two of them flying around there. I stopped here yesterday. Oh, that's right, the battery died, so I won't be using that. Look how clear that water is. That's beautiful down there. That's all going to be full of water here real soon. And that's something my shield's fogging up in, what are we, 72 degrees. Man, I've had to have been talking for a long time. I've been talking to you since I got off the freeway. So anyway, you guys go down. You can't judge by the pictures. You never judge by the pictures. Like Kelly says, that you need to get hired by Harley and take the pictures of their bikes. Because, and it's not just Harley. Everybody's guilty of it. They take the. I mean, there's some of the cool, but especially the ones where they're riding them and stuff are cool and stuff. But when they do those like studio shots, they just get the weirdest angle on the bike. And who is it that decides that's how they want the bike to look? That's not how it looks when you walk up onto it. You know, seeing it parked somewhere. There's a big old white dog in the road. But that's just not the way they look. I don't understand where they come up with that. And all the manufacturers have the same kind of pose to them. So, and to me, it just ruins the look of the bike. You know, you want that feeling like when you walk up on a bike, the essence of that bike, the way that you walk up on that thing and it just immediately speaks to you or tells you, go on now, I'm not your type. But anyway, I think they should spend more time capturing the feeling of that bike. And with some of their, like I say, some of their action shots where they're actually riding the bike, those give you a cool feeling. Look how the magazines do it. The magazines do it right. Most of the time. Look at them black clouds back there. I don't know if you can make any of that out, but all hell's coming our way here at some point. Oh, it's got to be. Oh, that's right. I keep thinking it was 67 miles. It was 6.7 miles. Well, that's 40 miles. I should at least go ahead and top it off. Do I have my watch? Yeah. So anyway, way long video because I talked for 20 minutes on the first one. This one's 28 or something, 29. So I'll let it go like 1 minute more and do my classic pull into the Texaco station. Hope there's not bugs on this thing. I have no way of looking or seeing. I don't feel any chunks. The old iron. Gotta love this old gal. She is 7 shades of fun. It's funny, you pull up that gas station around a bunch of Harleys and stuff. You pull up on the iron, it's like you don't get the same respect as you do when you pull up on the Street Glide or Road King or something like that. They'll look and go, give you the wave, but you're not part of the big boy crowd. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Probably because most of them never rode a Sportster.
you ride one of these things, you're just in love. Besides, I don't really give a shit what anybody thinks anyway. You should feel the same. Just blow them off. Just walk away. So, this will conclude my, like I say, my ritual Sunday ride here. I don't know if I've used all the Sunday rides. I think I used the last Sunday ride. Maybe I did. Hell, I don't know if I even did. I don't know. It was last Sunday. No, I couldn't have. I'm that far behind on videos. So this will be a second one. So, man, the shit I'm talking about is like dated. So, anyway. And until next time, hopefully it'll be nice tomorrow and I can ride something and put myself further behind in my videos. But when the rains come, I'll have plenty of cached videos. So we'll chit chat with you guys later. Thank you very much for coming along. Take care now. Bye-bye.